Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Manoj Networking. So here I will discuss mostly about the network related concepts and its technologies. And as part of that, today we'll see what is internet and what is intranet. So what is internet and what is intranet? So there will be a slight difference between internet and intranet. So let me explain with some topology. So, like let's say you are working for any organization or any firm, and you are been managing the network topology is there. So basically, this is how the connectivities will be. So here you have client one, so also called as computer one. He is connected to the switch, and the switch is connected to the router, and then router will connect to the firewall. Router will connect to the firewall. So for ease of explanation, I am removing router. So now that switch is connected to router and then router to firewall, and your firewall will go to your ISP connection based on whatever the ISPs you are taking. It could be AT&T, Airtel, anybody. And then after the connection reaching to your ISPs, from there they will be connecting to the secure internet also called as cloud also will be calling. So like let's say here this computer one is requesting, for example, google.com or flipkart.com, any website, basically any website. So now how the connections will go? So the connections will go from computer one to the switch first, and the switch will do the routing to the switch will send all the information to router. So router will check its route table and it will forward next hop to firewall. So here in the firewall, so here it has two interfaces. One is outside interface, one is inside interface. So here we can do NAT. Here is where we can do NAT or PAT. So I'll tell about what is a NAT and what is a PAT in separate video, but your firewall will do that job, and finally the connection will go to the internet, and my end user will be able to see google.com, will be able to see flipkart.com or any website in that case. Okay, so this process is called as a internet. This complete process is called as a internet, and I hope many people is already aware how the internet will works. So now let's see what is intranet. So there is slight difference as I said. So if you see intranet, like let's say now I have one more server. So maybe this is in DMZ server, DMZ zone. So now this is in one of the web server or any file server, anything you can consider. So now if you see my computer one wanted to access this server sitting in the DMZ. So he is not available externally. So he is also having private IP, like let's say 10.1.1/24. So he is within my organization. Now if you see all these devices, be it the firewall, computer, switch, everybody, they are from single organization or from single entity, and I am managing all those things. So whenever your connection is traversing between or within your zones or within your infra, so these kind of cases will be calling it as a intranet. Intranet is kind of secured version of your internet. So if you see, all the connections are traveling within my organization and the users are getting the information. So these kind of things will be called as a intranet. So whenever the connection is going out from my organization, that will be calling it as a internet, and whenever the connections will stay within my organization or within to my private network, so I will be calling it as a intranet connections. And one more thing to note, I told you about DMZ. So DMZ, this is one of the critical zone in any of the network infra. We have the DMZ zone. I hope you guys know about LAN, and also I have explained about WAN. In my previous videos, I explained quick introduction about what is a LAN, what is a WAN. Please go through that. And there is one more zone called DMZ zone. DMZ zone. So DMZ stands for demilitarized zone. Demilitarized zone. Let's see why you need DMZ zone in any infra. Okay, again let me explain with some topology. So here I have some switch, here I have some, for example, firewall, and internet is connected. My computer one is connected. Now my server one is also connected on the same LAN. So like let's say they both are connected to this switch one. So my client one, my server one is connected to switch one. So like let's say now this server is having public IP also. So this server is having public IP, this server is having private IP also. So the moment it has the public IP, the moment it has the public IP, connections from internet also can come to this server, because this is having the public IP. So like let's say if this is compromised, for some reason, or if it is been hacked, then the problem what will happen, the particular hacker or the particular resources from outside, they can also breach my other computers, because the switch is connected to multiple departments, or maybe this switch is also connected to one more switch and many printers are connected. Now if you see, because of this person, this server is corrupted and he is injecting that antivirus or thing to everybody. Okay, so complete my LAN will collapse. So that's the reason for a firewall we will create separate interface called DMZ interface. So in the DMZ interface, we will be keeping all the servers, like let's say web server, file server, mail server, anybody. Okay, so we'll keep all those things here, and firewall now will incorporate, okay, who is going to DMZ, who is coming out from DMZ. So every traffic will be monitored on the firewall. So now if DMZ wanted to talk to my LAN, a firewall rule is needed. If LAN wanted to talk to DMZ, a firewall rule is needed. And one more thing, please understand, DMZ should never initiate the traffic to LAN. This is not allowed. Please understand, DMZ servers, it could be any server, it shouldn't initiate any connection towards LAN. But this computer 1, computer 2 can request access to the DMZ servers and vice versa. So now this DMZ server also can talk to internet. So again, particular firewall rules are needed. I hope the session is informative. Please comment, and if you like, please like and share. Thank you.